All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to our lesson about inferences. This is lesson 106 on our progress tracker. The story that this lesson is going to go with is Lamb to the Slaughter by Roald Dahl. We can find it in our textbooks. And this is one of the last two lessons in Unit 1, Part 1. And so after 106, there's 107, and then it's the essay, and that's it for the first half of Unit 1. So let's make sure we lock in for these last two lessons, because by the end of next week, it'll be too late to do any of the lessons between 101 and 107. And so that being said, inferences. An inference, let me move my face out of the way a little bit. So making inferences, that's 106. What we're doing is using evidence from the text to make an inference about characters' traits. We can make an inference about anything. We can make an inference about the plot. We can make an inference about characters' traits. We can make an inference about any number of details. The inferences today are going to be about traits and about the plot. And so an inference is an educated guess, hence my little picture here of the educated question mark. It's an educated guess based on available evidence about what the text is implicitly saying. And when I talk about a text's implicit meaning, the word implicit or implicitly, it means something that's not directly said, but something that's strongly hinted at. And you see that a lot. Like characters' traits often aren't directly said, but they're hinted at through their words, actions, looks, thoughts, and relationships. Important plot details sometimes aren't directly said, but they're hinted at. You'll see today in the story Lamb to the Slaughter a perfect example of what I mean. And so why are we doing this? We're doing this because making inferences is an important part of reading comprehension. We're doing this because good inferences help us predict, analyze, and interpret what we read. And we're using a strategy that goes, it says, I say, and so, where it says equals our text evidence or the visual evidence that we're seeing. I say is our personal background knowledge that we bring to it as intelligent people, and so is the inference I'm able to make by combining the evidence with my background knowledge. It's similar to our annotation strategy, where we made a kind of mental picture of what the text was saying and then added our background knowledge to it to help interpret the author's point. Same deal here. Text evidence plus activating our brain equals an intelligent inference about what's going on in the story. So for instance, there's this flag. It's actually, you've probably seen it before if you've driven up Asylum Street by that church with the blue doors that says God is still speaking on the rainbow background. And so let's make an inference about what's going on with this flag. So my text evidence is that it says God is still speaking, and it has the rainbow background. I see that. That's visual evidence for me. And also says United Church of Christ in the bottom right corner. I say, so I know my own background knowledge, that the rainbow flag is a symbol for the LGBT community. I know also from my own background knowledge that, organized churches have not always been accepting to the LGBTQ folks. And so the inference I can make when I put that together is that this church, the United Church of Christ, is specifically advertising that they are welcoming to LGBT people, which is true. They are. And so this is their way of kind of making that known. You can combine your background knowledge with the text evidence and put that together for yourself. For our next steps, I put a practice activity on the computer that you can look at with a partner. Kind of similar to this, similar to my example, I give you an image to look at with your partner and ask you guys to chat about it and make an inference. And the mastery check is on the mastery check number 106 is on paper, and so you can check that out on paper. After that, you do, and I left this out of the next steps, but it's very important. I should have put it in. You also have to read the story. You have to read part 1 of Lamb to the Slaughter. It's in our textbook. I'll put the page numbers in the directions on Google Classroom. And that's it. So good luck. If you have any questions, let me know.